We will talk about the Christmas traditions that are observed around the world. The following information can be found at www.santas.net. Christmas in Argentina. People go to the church with family, then come back to a family gathering. At midnight after eating they toast, then the adults dance while younger people go out to see the fireworks. After this they go to sleep, but not before they open the presents under the Christmas tree. That day is very special because they are Christian and celebrate Jesus' birth on the 24th of December.
The dinner food is pork, turkey, and a great variety of meals. Then the table is covered with sweet things, cider, beer, and juice for consuming while waiting for the time of the toast. After the toast all the family chat, others play.
Houses are decorated with red and white garlands. On the door Father Christmas's boots are placed. The Christmas tree is decorated with colored lights, ornaments and Father Christmas placed on top of it. Mothers make different kinds of meals such as roasted turkey, roasted pork, stuffed tomatoes, mince pies, Christmas bread and puddings. The toast, drink prepared with different kinds of fruit which is cut into pieces, then it is mixed with juice and cider.
Christmas in Australia. It is often very hot. Whereas the Northern Hemisphere is in the middle of winter, Australians are baking in summer heat. It is not unusual to have Christmas Day well into the mid-30 degrees Celsius, or near 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Traditional meal includes a turkey dinner, with ham and pork. A flaming Christmas plum pudding is added for dessert. In the Australian gold rushes, Christmas puddings often contain the gold nugget. Today a small favor is baked inside. Whoever finds this knows he or she will enjoy good luck. Another treat is mince pies.
Some Australians and particularly tourists often have their Christmas dinner at midday on a local beach. Bondi Beach in Sydney's eastern suburbs attracts thousands of people on Christmas Day. Other families enjoy their day by having a picnic. If they are at home, the day is punctuated by swimming in a pool, playing cricket out the backyard, and other outdoor activities.
The warm weather allows Australians to enjoy a tradition which commenced in 1937. Carols by Candlelight is held every year on Christmas Eve, where tens of thousands of people gather in the city of Melbourne to sing their favorite Christmas songs. The evening is lit by as many candles singing under a clean-cut night sky. The sky with its Southern Cross stars is like a mirror. Sydney and the other capital cities also enjoy carols in the weeks leading up to Christmas.
Australians surround themselves with Christmas bush, a native plant which has little red flowered leaves. Christmas shopping is often done in shorts and t-shirts. At many beaches Santa Claus arrives on a surfboard, or even on a surf life-saving boat.
Christmas in Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, the town where Jesus is said to have been born, is the site of the Church of the Nativity, which is ablaze with flags and decorations on every Christmas. On Christmas Eve, natives and visitors alike crowd the church's doorways and stand on the roof to watch for the dramatic annual procession. Galloping horsemen and police mounted on Arabian horses lead the parade. They are followed by solitary horsemen carrying a cross and sitting astride a coal-black steed. Then comes the churchmen and government officials.
Christian homes in Bethlehem are marked by a cross painted over the door, and each home displays a homemade manger scene. A star is set up on a pole in the village square.
Christmas in Brazil. Brazilians are a mix of different ethnic people, and as a former Portuguese colony, they have many Christmas customs which originate from this heritage. One tradition is to create a nativity scene or presepio. The word originates from the Hebrew word presepium, which means the bed of straw upon which Jesus first slept in Bethlehem. The presepio is common in northeastern Brazil. Nowadays presepios are set up in December and displayed in churches, homes, and stores.
Papai Noel, or Father Noel, is the gift bearer in Brazil. According to legend, he lives in Greenland. When he arrives in Brazil, he usually wears silk clothing due to the summer heat. A huge Christmas dinner includes turkey, ham, colored rice, and wonderful vegetables and fruit dishes. Devout Catholics often attend midnight mass or Missa do Gallo. The mass has this name because the rooster announces the coming day, and the Missa do Gallo finishes at 1 a.m. on Christmas morning. On December the 25th, Catholics go to church, but the masses are mostly late afternoon, because people enjoy sleeping late after the dinner called siesta natal or going to the beach.
Decorations include fresh flowers picked from the garden. Fireworks go off in the skies over the sites, and huge Christmas trees of electric lights can be seen against the night skies in major cities such as Brasilia, São Paulo, and Rio de Janeiro. In Brazil there is folk dancing and singing, and the festivities go on until January 6th, which the Brazilians refer to as Three Kings Day. January 6th is supposed to be the day when three wise men visited Jesus to bring him gifts.
Christmas in Chile. In Chile, little figures made of clay are placed under the Christmas tree called pesebre. Father Christmas is known as Viejito Pascuero, and he would wish everyone a Feliz Navidad, un Prospero Año Nuevo, or Happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The Christian children of China decorate trees with colorful ornaments. These ornaments are made from paper in the shapes of flowers, chains, and lanterns. They also hang stockings, hoping that Christmas Old Man will fill them with gifts and treats. The Chinese Christmas trees are called trees of light. Santa Claus is called Dunche Laoron, which means Christmas Old Man. The non-Christian Chinese call this season the Spring Festival and celebrate with many festivities that include delicious meals and pay respects to their ancestors. The children are the main focus of these celebrations. They receive new clothes and toys, eat delectable food, and watch firecracker displays.
Celebrations for Christmas begin with the visit of St. Nicholas on December the 6th and end with the visit of the Three Kings. In Czech, St. Nicholas is called Svatý Mikuláš and is believed to climb to earth down from heaven on a golden rope along with his companions, an angel and a whip-carrying devil. In the Czech Republic, a girl can tell her future. It is said that according to tradition, by putting a cherry twig in water on December the 4th. If the twig blossoms before Christmas Eve, the girl will marry sometime during the year. The famous King Wenceslas of the Christmas Carol was a real king in this country. His goodness and his beliefs in Christianity infuriated his mother, and his brother murdered him on the church steps. Before he died, he asked for God's mercy for his brother's evil act. He became the patron saint of Czech Republic. It is a quiet and peaceful religious time there. They fast for one day, and have baked carp for Christmas dinner. St. Nicholas visits, and brings good children gifts, and for those children who are bad, the devil is said to come with switches. At midnight, most families go to Holy Mass or Pastuch as it is known. On Christmas Day, the churches are filled with evergreens and Christmas trees. Celebrations go on for 3 days. Czechs eat a soup made of codro and tempt each other with tales of a mythical golden pig.
Christmas in Denmark is supposed to be when a mischievous elf called Nis can have his fun. He is said to live in the lofts of old farmhouses and enjoys playing jokes. He wears grey woolen clothes, a red bonnet, red stockings, and white clogs. Families leave him a bowl of rice pudding or porridge on Christmas Eve to keep his jokes within limits. Usually, though, he's kind and helpful, helping out on the farms and being especially good to the children.
Christmas Eve dinner begins with rice pudding that holds a magic almond inside. Whoever finds the almond receives a prize. They then have goose, red cabbage, and brown potatoes. After that, lots of pastries and cakes. The Danish tradition is the Christmas plate. This was a tradition in the early days where rich Danes gave plates, biscuits, and fruit as presents to their servants. These plates were the nicest and best kind and were not used for everyday use. This is the reason why they became so collectible. They take much pride making their own decorations with bright paper, bits of wood, and straw. The parents secretly decorate the tree, and children are not permitted to see the tree until dinner on Christmas Eve. The tree is then lit up and families gather around to see.
The following information can be found at www.the-north-pole.com and www.santas.net. Nearly every French home at Christmas time displays a nativity scene or creche. It serves as a focus for the Christmas celebration and is often peopled with little clay figures called santons or little saints. An extensive tradition has evolved around these little figures, which are made by craftsmen in the south of France throughout the year. In addition to the usual Holy Family, shepherds, and the three kings, the craftsmen also produce figures in the form of local dignitaries and characters. The craftsmanship involved in creating the cool-colored sand tones is quite astounding, and the molds have been passed from generation to generation since the 17th century. Throughout December the figures are sold at annual Christmas fairs in Marseille and Aix. The Christmas tree has never been particularly popular in France, and though the use of the Yule log has faded, the French make a traditional Yule log-shaped cake called the bûcher de Noël, which means Christmas log. The cake, among other food in great abundance, is served at the grand feast of the season, which is called Le Réveillon. Le Réveillon is a very late supper held after midnight mass on Christmas Eve. The menu for the meal varies according to regional culinary tradition. In Alsace, goose is the main course. In Burgundy it is turkey with chestnuts, and people from Paris feast upon oysters and pâté de foie gras. French children receive gifts from Père Noël, who travels with his stern disciplinarian companion Préfet Ouettard. Préfet Ouettard reminds Père Noël of just how each child has behaved during the past year. In some parts of France, Père Noël brings small gifts on St. Nicholas Eve, which is on December 6th, and visits again on Christmas. In other places it is Le Petit Jésus who brings the gifts. Generally adults wait until New Year's Day to exchange gifts. The Christmas season in Italy goes for 3 weeks, starting 8 days before Christmas, known as the Novena. During this period, children go from house to house reciting Christmas poems and singing. In some parts shepherds bring musical instruments into the villages, play and sing Christmas songs. In the week before Christmas, children go from house to house dressed as shepherds, playing pipes, singing and reciting Christmas poems. They are given money to buy presents. A strict feast is observed for 24 hours before Christmas Eve, and is followed by a celebration meal, in which a light Milanese cake called panettone features, as well as chocolate. Presents and empty boxes are drawn from the Urn of Fate, Lucky Dip, which always contains 1 gift per person. By twilight, candles are lighted around the family crib known as the presepio, prayers are said, and children recite poems. In Italy the children wait until Epiphany, January 6th, for their presents. According to tradition, the presents are delivered by a kind ugly witch called Befana on a broomstick. It was said that she was told by the 3 kings that the baby Jesus was born. She was busy and delayed visiting the baby. She missed the star, lost her way, and has been flying around ever since, leaving presents at every house with children in case he is there. She slides down chimneys, and fills stockings and shoes with good things for good children, and it is said leaves coal for children who are not so good.
Christmas in New Guinea. To create peace amongst tribes, the chief of each tribe would exchange an infant son known as the peace child. Each tribe was to take care of this adopted child, for if the child died, the treaty would end and fighting would erupt once again. A Canadian missionary and his wife told the Sa'i of how God sent his only son to be the peace child. As a result, the Sa'i overcame their demons, becoming Christians and giving up their treachery, and started to spread the word of the peace child amongst their people.
Ho ho ho. My name is St. Nicholas. Today, we will learn how to say Merry Christmas in many foreign languages. You may know me by hearing that song, Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout. I'm telling you why Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Oh. You better watch out. You better not cry, better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Cool. My name is Frosty and I'm excited to learn. You may have heard of me. You know that song, Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpety thump thump, thumpety thump thump, look at...
How do you say Merry Christmas to a Hawaiian?
You say Meli Kalikimaka?
Finnish.
Iloista joulua.
Danish.
Glædelig jul.
Czech.
Veselé Vánoce.
How would you say Merry Christmas if you were in Barcelona, Spain and the speaker spoke Catalan?
Natal Alegre.
Brazilian Portuguese.
Natal Alegre.
Polish.
Wesołych Wit.
Turkish.
Mutlu Noël.
Dutch.
Vrolijk kerstfeest.
Swedish.
God jul.
Italian.
Buon Natale.
How do you say Merry Christmas in German?
Fröhliches Weihnacht.
How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad.
How do you say Merry Christmas in French?
Joyeux Noël.